Lucy Tapahanzo, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio today. I want to introduce you with your newest title and recognition amongst many as the inaugural Poet Laureate of the Navajo Nation, and have you introduce yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the medallion. It shows the sacred mountains on this side, and then on this side is engraved with a picture, the tools that a woman uses traditionally and in a contemporary sense as well. So, thank you.
Yes.
She twada gonshin shlindo twada jini bashichin. Dash cheatney dash a che dog and the cheatney dash nale. Not ani nest and yasinasha. A cut out the next on shlim. So those are my clans and are important in that they're the ways in which I identify as a Navajo woman.
A woman's tools. I really like that that phrase. And so, in your opinion, trying to understand your motivation as an author, how is poetry, and your poetry in particular, personally, how is that a woman's tool?
I think that in Navajo language and in Navajo culture, poetry can be seen as a tool because we're a culture that was created by the sound of the word, things that a person says, that a person literally utters, is a sacred thing. So I think that poetry is very much a tool of contemporary culture, and really a tool that has been in existence since the beginning of Navajo time.
Do you think that poetry for you has a role in preserving language? Is that a motivation of yours?
I think that in a certain sense it may. I think of poetry more as a way to preserve vignettes of life. Poetry reflects the voices of a particular region.
You brought a piece of work today. Could you kind of present the story behind
Sure.
the poetry you're going to read?
Yeah. I'd be happy to. It's about how Old Salt Woman created the first laugh ceremony for Navajo babies.
When were you first taught the story of Old Salt Woman?
I always knew about it because every time a baby laughs now, people always tell that story. So I don't know when I first heard it, but it's told every time that we have a first laugh. This is a sestina called Old Salt Woman. There's two words in here that are in Navajo. One is Sani, which means salt, and then Sasana, which means salt woman. Iskida Jene, at the beginning of Navajo time, Ashi Sasana journeyed to Herfino Mesa near the shallow river. They said first baby was healthy, but her cooing was not a song of joy or wonder. Since a baby does not know sorrow, Old Salt Woman was called. They said that the colors of laughter, of light efflorescence, traveled with her. She who is the primordial mother of the Salt clan. But her true essence became apparent in her autumn years. When Ashi, Asan, was young, she found that the wondrous colors of betrothal can also contain hues of betrayal. Her pain was like a river of luminous beads worn smooth by tears and intense sorrow. Over time, she was able to transform the grief into exquisite songs of beauty. You can still hear traces of her sadness in the songs of doves on hot, still desert mornings. But that day at Herfino Mesa, her cheerful arrival made it clear that all such sorrows were in the past. Old Salt Woman held the baby, then put a bit of Ashi into her mouth. Then she said, "Wisha, wisha," and a radiant river of baby laughter filled the hagan. It was like the colors of early morning, of clear skies of salt, like the intense color of midnight. Thus the laughter of relatives eating together became a song for the first laugh meal. It was there, just above the San Juan River, that first baby first kicked and laughed. Everyone watched her, eyes glitter with happiness. Her small, chubby hands pressed ushi into each person's palm as they whispered wishes to her. In this way, sorrow would turn from our kinfolk. Ushi Asan remembered such sorrows, so she invoked the melodious names of mountains and the ageless colors of stones. She invoked the taste of fresh corn. Then the baby offered Ushi a box of Cracker Jacks and some fruit. These became the ritual songs that keep families together and loneliness away. Perhaps it was her radiant smile or tender baby touch in our palm that told us the crystal rivers of salt flow unseen beneath our feet. The hot sun and the thin brown rivers at the Netka remember the day when old salt woman arrived without sorrow. They watched as the baby became white shell girl. She emulated the colors of sharing, laughter, and the joy of stories. She was surrounded by her family and relatives, encircled by love. Today, her lilting songs guide us to old age. Like old salt woman, we cannot live without Ushi. Yes, it's true that a river of angry words can darken love's radiant colors, and one cannot say, I'm sorry in the ne. But careful words and old songs can recall the joy granted white shell girl who first blessed us with Ushi.
So what makes you continue day after day to continue writing?
It sounds like a cliche, but I really love it. It's as if I cannot not write.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've been doing for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always listening. I'm always observing what's going on. I like to honor people for the wonderful things they say and the caring things that they do for each other, and the things that we often overlook on a daily basis.